Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video, which is not a hardcore Iron Man video. Obviously, we're on deadman mode, and it is the $10,000 tournament. Now, I've never actually played a deadman mode tournament before, so I'm not quite sure on the... I do know the differences, but I was a bit rusty about how the economy would work when it's just a select few people, and then everyone on the tournament worlds are probably a bit better. It's the more serious players. And the main thing being that there's only actually one world, which makes a lot of things much harder. I think I'm just going to talk over some clips from the first few days. I haven't really got that much footage for a couple of reasons. One, because I thought the things that I was recording was like, oh, I've just done this literally on my hardcore Iron Man, and I don't think anyone would really care about that. And another one being that I did end up going really dry in the Warriors Guild for Defender, so that took absolutely ages, and I literally just couldn't record anything in there. So starting off with this tournament, I actually really messed up. I thought that 12 PM meant midnight, because it was 12 PM GMT start. I thought it meant midnight, and it actually meant midday. So it meant I came home from uni about 4 or 5 hours later than the start of the tournament, and I was already really behind straight away. And there was no way I could carry out my initial plan of getting the 10k and things like that. So I had to really rethink what I was going to do. At the start, money was definitely an issue, and I'd have to make all the money myself this time. I couldn't just use an alt or something like that to make me money. So I decided I would head to the pyramid after completing some initial quests like Ernest the Chicken, Tree Gnome Village, Restless Ghost, which are prerequisites for getting an Avers accumulator, which I was going to use later on. So I went to the agility pyramid, and my internet was really bad on the first day, or it was the servers or something, and I ended up dying to these two mages. Literally, you can see the clip right here, I couldn't eat any food at all, so I could not avoid this death whatsoever. I could have easily got away if I didn't DC, but they were saying revenge, so apparently I must have killed them on previous tournaments, on previous deadman moons. However, they only set me back about 30 minutes, and I went back to the pyramid and got around 100k cash, and the plan was to go for melee. I've never done melee at the start of deadman mode, because I believe that range mage is so much more overpowered. But in the tournament, I think the 10 times XP rate changes everything, because while people are doing quests for Desert Treasure, like you can put so much XP in and really become sort of an unkillable tank with blitz. Like, people are going to need barrage to kill the people that have been camping for melee and getting like over 100 combat and know what they're doing. But I did a couple of things. I just did Lost City first, because initially I was like, oh, there's no way I can do Monkey Madness. I'm really late to the game, and I'll just get killed. There surely is a clan because there's one world camping the pen. I couldn't really afford to lose my bank at this stage, so I just did Lost City and I got the Dragon Longsword. Also did Priest in Peril, which is the last requirement for Avers accumulator. I'm going to be using that in the final hour with range, because I won't have enough money to buy loads of diamond bolts. And I just bought a couple of Dragon Bones to train up my prayer to 44, and at this point I just went and I sat at Rock Crabs for absolutely ages, because I also, on the Tuesday, I had a telephone interview, which I had to prepare for. And yeah, I literally couldn't do anything unless it was AFK, so I just AFK'd my stats up to about 80 combat with melee stats. I then went to get a Slayer task, which was Black Demons, but Dragon Long was really shit. Like, I'm used to prayer flicking with a 4-tick weapon, and having the 5-tick Dragon Long was really bad, and it was just so inaccurate. I just couldn't puss up with it, so I decided to put the D Long in my deposit box, so I didn't really have anything to lose, and go and do Grand Tree, and afterwards the Monkey Madness quest. And then I actually managed to do Monkey Madness without any problems, bought the Dragon Scimitar, and we headed over to the Warriors Guild to grind out that Dragon Defender. Okay, so I've been here ages, and it's so boring. I'm on the D Defender grind, and I see this guy. Oh, I can get him right now. I can stack him out. Let's go. Oh, 0-0. Oh, that's a big one. I need one last one. Come on. Oh, I don't know why that damage nulled at the end there. Oh, he's not got any prayer on. Let's go. Oh, I probably could have spec'd that. That was probably needed like 28 damage or something. I did actually manage to get a kill in the end, but my clip screwed up because I had Camtasia on pause and I forgot. And then I went to check it as soon as the guy was dropping dead, and it was on pause. So as you can see, the loot was a Dragon Dagger and about 30k cash. So that was a nice little addition. At this point, I was extremely dry of a Dragon Defender. Like, honestly, probably at least 400, 500 killed of the ones downstairs when it's 1 in 100 drop rate. First key of deadman mode. Let's see what we got. It was off the guy with the DDS and the cash at Warriors Guild. That's Actually pretty good. Toad flax, 4 toad flax. That's probably going to sell for absolute bank later on. And some runes. Not too shabby. I was here with my friend Mika and he was going absolutely insane. He'd been there 3 hours longer than me. And yeah, he also makes YouTube videos, so I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and subscribe to him, although you probably already know about him. Just exactly the same content as me. And I had to leave the Warriors Guild because it was probably going to be camped by clans. Some with ancients came in towards the end and I was like, nah, I don't think so. I'm going to get out of here, take my rune defender and move on with what I've got to do. So firstly, as people are getting ancients, I decided to get my mage up just so I've got a bit more magic defense if I get caught off guard, and this will allow me to high level Alk. I then proceeded to get 50 range so I could wear some D-hide and have some mage protection, and 50 range is a requirement for the Aver's accumulator, which I will need by the end of the tournament. And yeah, so after that I went and knocked out the animal magnetism quest, got the accumulator, and all was well. So I'm level 94 combat and got some decent melee stats at the moment. I think the plan is just to go for Slayer and with range and melee. Maybe I'll get 80 mage for the last day to have some entangles and charge and tribrid like that, but I'm really not sure. I'm not going for ancients just because it's an absolutely mega grind. I started a bit late. At this point I could really easily die doing the quests. Just because there's one world, it would be very hard to get through certain areas, and also I don't exactly want to do the desert treasure grind 2 weeks in a row with seasonals coming out straight after, and the time that it takes to do desert treasure, I could really train my combat stats up and be a lot more of a tank. Because if you see someone in robes in the final hour casting barrage or blitz, you're just going to throw your DDS specs into them. It seems like a really good strategy maybe in a big clan, but if I'm just on my own there, everyone's just going to be putting bolts into me and stuff if I put my robes on. So I've gone for the tanky approach. Never really played like this before. As for PKing, probably PK with charge at some point along the way, or just go and DDS people out like our Robert does. So yeah, this has been a really short video, but I didn't want to repeat over everything I did in Hardcore Iron Man at the start, and nothing particularly interesting has happened. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little sort of update video. I hope you're all enjoying watching Deadman mode, and I'll see you in the next video.